Good. Very welcome. Lovely to see you all. Yeah, so as always, just make yourself comfortable on the floor or on the bed if that's better for you. Make sure you've got enough soft padding under your head or your hip or your knees, wherever you need it, and make sure you're warm enough. And just take a bit of time to let your body settle. Use your next couple of out breaths to let go of things that happened this morning, or let go of things that happened over the week. And begin to feel the contact you make with the floor or the bed. And become aware of the earth underneath you. So become aware of, yeah, if you're lying on the floor, just take your awareness under the floor, become aware of the earth. And in fact, become aware of the whole planet. Just feel that vast planet underneath you. And feel gravity pulling you towards the center of the planet. And just allow your body to be pulled down by gravity. Lovely. Good. And then take your awareness to the sky above you. So if you're lying on in a room, maybe just take your awareness above the ceiling, above the roof of the house or the building you're in, and just visualize that nice sky. Probably blue sky at the moment, but maybe other times it may be cloudy, or but just visualize that sky and become aware of the sun. And become aware of other stars, maybe other stars a bit further away. So during the day you can't see them, but of course the stars are still there. Just become aware of the sky and the stars. Oh, and then take your awareness to your skin. Just feel the skin on your whole body and maybe start with your left foot. Feel the skin on the sole of your left foot and around the toes on the left. The skin on the top of your foot, your heel, your ankle, skin around your lower leg, skin around your knee, and the whole skin around your thigh, and the groin on the left, and your left buttock. Really notice how that skin on your left leg feels. Does it feel warm or cold? Does it feel a bit itchy or a bit numb? Or maybe you can feel other sensations. Just become aware of the skin on your left leg. Good. And then take your awareness to your right foot and become aware of the skin on the sole of your right foot. Skin around the toes on the right. Skin on the top of your right foot. Around your heel, your ankle. Skin around your lower leg. Around your knee. the skin around your thigh. And the groin on the left side. Your left buttock. Oh, sorry, your right buttock, sorry. Yeah, so just on the right. So just the skin on your whole right leg. Just become aware of that. And notice how the skin on this side feels. Maybe you can feel areas on the skin on the right leg that feel a bit sensitive or a bit painful, or again a bit numb perhaps. Just notice the sensations on the skin on the right, on your right leg. And then become aware of the skin on your abdomen. Just feel that nice soft skin on the front of your abdomen. And become aware of the skin on your lower back. And the skin around your whole rib cage. So at the back and at the sides and at the front. And become aware of the skin around your chest and your shoulder blades as well. And then become aware of the skin around your neck. And see if you can let that skin really just be soft. Let it hang, allow it to be, yeah, be soft. And become aware of the skin on your face. And on your head. Or maybe feel the roots of your hair. And become aware of the skin around your ears. And then become aware of the skin on your left armpit. And the skin around your left upper arm, your elbow, your forearm, your wrist, back of your hands, all the fingers on the left, and the palm of your left hand. And then take your awareness to your right armpit and feel the skin there. And become aware of the skin on your right upper arm, your elbow, your forearm, your wrist, the back of your hands, all the fingers on the right, and the palm of your right hand. Good, so really just feel the skin around your whole body. Good, okay, lovely. And then when you're ready, begin to wriggle your fingers. So just wriggle the fingers on both sides, all 10 fingers wriggling. Nice, lovely. Good, and then bring your hands together and maybe just rub your hands together. And then move your right hand onto your left arm and very gently begin to pinch the skin on your left arm. Yeah, so with your right hand, you begin to pinch the skin on your left arm, as if you just want to lift the soft tissue off the bone a little bit. So just really gentle pinches on your forearm, maybe also on your upper arm. Be really gentle, of course, make sure it doesn't hurt. And notice which parts of your skin you can lift easily and which parts are a bit more, feel a bit more stuck to muscles or bone or whatever. Maybe also try your left shoulder. Feel the skin on your left shoulder and see if you could lift that a little bit. Lovely, excellent. Okay, good. And then let go of that. Let both arms rest for a moment. And then use your left hand to pinch the skin on your right arm. So maybe just begin with the skin on your forearm. So gently lift the skin a little bit, lift the soft tissue off the bones. Maybe also on your upper arm. And notice how it feels on this side. Maybe you feel that the skin here feels a bit more attached to things or less than on your other arm. Or maybe somehow it feels different. And then maybe also try the skin on your shoulder. Okay, lovely. And then let go of that and let both arms rest for a moment again. Good. And then bring both hands to your lower jaw and just begin to pinch the skin on your lower jaw. See if you can just lift it off the bone of your lower jaw a little bit. That's it. And then maybe the skin on your cheeks. Gently pinch the skin on your cheeks. Lovely. And maybe pinch your eyebrows. And then see if it's possible to pinch the skin on your forehead. So that's probably more difficult. You probably can't really lift it there. Okay, and what about the skin on your scalp, so on your head? That's maybe even more difficult. So you may want to gently pull your hair a little bit and just notice how that feels on the skin there. Be really gentle, of course, don't pull too hard. Maybe also pull your hair on the sides of your head a little bit. Excellent, good. And then move your hands to the back of your neck as far as you can reach when you're lying. And see if you can just pinch the skin there. And that may be easier again. Probably the skin on your neck is a bit looser and you can just really lift it a bit. Just lift the skin on the back of your neck, but also on the sides. And on the front. Lovely. Good. And then pinch the skin on your chest. Make sure it feels comfortable for you, so don't pinch too hard, and you may not want to pinch everything, but just pinch parts of the skin on your chest. Maybe also try the sides of your rib cage. Lovely, good. And maybe see if you can pinch part of your lower back. So again, it may be difficult to reach that when you're lying on the floor, but you may be able to just reach parts of your lower back or just the sides. And just see if you can lift the skin off the bones there a little bit. Feel the soft tissue. That's it. Go, it's lovely. Good. And then move your hands to your solar plexus, so the area just under your rib cage, and see if you can pinch the skin there. And for me, this is a lot more difficult. Also because there's no bone underneath, but also because it's, I don't know, somehow it feels really more difficult to lift the skin here. Let's see what you can do. And then also go to your abdomen. See if you can pinch the skin on your abdomen a little bit. Gently lift it a little bit higher. Oh, okay, excellent. And then let both arms rest for a moment. Ah, so just take a moment to feel that skin on both arms, on your face, your head, your neck, your chest, your lower back, and your abdomen. Oh, lovely. And then when you're ready, begin to wriggle your toes. So just wriggle all 10 toes at the same time. Just a bit of movement in all the toes. Lovely, good. And then bend both knees, put both feet flat on the floor. Good, and then become aware of the skin on your left leg again, and use both hands to begin to pinch the skin on your thigh, on your left thigh. Yeah, so you may be able to reach the front of your thigh easily. See if you can just pinch the skin there, lift the soft tissue off the bone a little bit. And maybe you want to move your knee a bit closer to your chest, so you can also pinch the back of your thigh more easily. That's it, excellent, very good. And just notice how that feels. And of course, check with your hip joint, with your lower back, if it feels comfortable to have your knee that close to your chest. If not, then just reach what you can. We reach with your foot on the floor. But yeah, if you can bend your knee easily, move it to your chest, then maybe you can also pinch the skin around your knee. And notice which parts of the skin around your knee you can lift and which parts feel really almost attached to the ligaments or the bone. Good. And then also see if you can pinch the skin on your lower leg. Just to the bits where you can reach easily. If it's difficult for you to reach, just imagine that you pinch the skin there. You don't have to do it necessarily, you can just imagine it as well. Lovely, excellent. And if you can reach easily, maybe also pinch the skin on your foot. Maybe the skin on the top of your foot. Maybe your toes. But yeah, it's really difficult to lift the skin off the toes because there's not much room there for movement. And then pinch the skin on the sole of your foot. Okay, lovely, excellent. And then let go of that and then bring your left foot back to the floor. Maybe keep both knees bent if that feels okay. Good, lovely. And then just take a little moment to compare your left leg to your right leg. How does your left leg feel different from the right leg right now? And then when you're ready, begin to pinch the skin on your right thigh. Yeah, so maybe just begin on the front of your thigh, the part that you can reach easily. And then maybe see if you can also pinch the skin on the back of your thigh. Maybe lift your knee towards your chest if that feels okay. If not, then just do the bit that you can reach easily, or just imagine that you pinch the skin everywhere. Maybe also pinch the skin around your knee. And yeah, so this is a nice thing to do when you are in pain, when there's pain somewhere. So just to feel what actually happens when you just touch the skin and the soft tissue. So sometimes that may be helpful. Good, and then also begin to pinch the skin on your lower leg, or just the parts of your lower leg that you can reach easily, or just imagine that you pinch the skin on your lower leg. Lovely. And then maybe pinch the skin on your foot. So maybe start with the top of your foot, your toes, and the skin on the sole of your foot. Good, excellent, nice, lovely. And then let go of that and just move your right foot back to the floor. And maybe lengthen both legs now. Just let both legs rest. Let your whole body rest. Oh, great. And just notice how the skin on your whole body feels now. And then when you're ready, begin to roll your head a little bit from side to side. So just shift the weight of your head a bit to one side or let it roll. And then roll it a bit to the other side. And notice how this movement feels in your neck. Notice what happens with the skin in your neck. Which part of the skin stretch a little bit. Yeah, what can you feel? And what happens with the skin on the top of your shoulders? Mhm. Lovely. And then bring your nose back to the middle and let your head rest. And then bend both knees, put both feet flat on the floor. That's it, great, lovely. And just feel the contact your pelvis makes with the floor now, and notice how your hip joints feel. And then begin to move your knees a little bit to one side. So you just move both knees a little bit to one side. Then you let them come back to the middle. And then you move both knees a bit to the other side. And allow your hip joints to move. Allow your pelvis to roll. So just allow your whole body to follow that movement of your knees. But yeah, the movement is moving your knees from side to side. The rest is just happening. That's it. Lovely. Good. Now notice how this movement feels in your lower back. And if it's not comfortable, then keep the movement really small, or yeah, maybe don't do it at all, just imagine it. But if it feels okay, maybe you could use this movement to loosen your lower back up a little bit. So move your knees from side to side, allow your pelvis to roll from side to side. And maybe begin to move your head as well, but roll your head in the opposite direction. So when your knees move to the right, your head goes to the left. When your knees go to the left, your head goes to the right. Good. And become aware of the skin around your legs, skin around your buttocks, your abdomen, your lower back. Just notice how the skin there moves when you do this movement. Excellent, very nice. Good. Okay, then let go of that. Bring everything back to the middle and take a little rest. Okay, and then become aware of your lower back. And see if you can begin to press your lower back a little bit more into the floor and see if you can make a round back. And then see if you can lift your lower back off the floor and arch your back a little. Yeah, so you may want to bend your knees for this movement. Yeah, so you bend both knees and then you just move your lower back towards the floor, make a round back, and then move your lower back off the floor and arch your back. And notice how you lengthen the back of your body when you round your back. Feel the skin there. And then notice how you lengthen the front of your trunk when you arch your back. And again, feel the skin there. Yeah, so you just arch and round your back. Do it slowly, do it in your own time. Really notice how it feels to do this. Notice what happens. Excellent, very nice, good. Okay, and then let go of that movement and let your lower back just rest in a comfortable place. Nice. Good, and then still have your knees bent, so still both feet on the floor. And then see if you can begin to slide your left hand in the direction of your left foot. So have your hand on the floor and you slide your left hand in the direction of your left foot. And just allow your shoulders to follow that movement, allow your upper body to follow that movement. So you may feel that the right side of your rib cage begins to lengthen and the left side of your rib cage gets shorter. Yeah, so you slide your left hand towards your left foot on the floor. So the hands on the same side, so your left hand, your left foot on the floor, so the right side of your trunk lengthens. That's it. Very good, lovely. And maybe come back to the middle and maybe try that again if that feels comfortable. Of course, stay within a range that feels truly comfortable for you. Don't make it more difficult than you want to. But just feel that nice gentle stretch on the right side of your trunk when you do this. Okay, good, lovely. And then come back to the middle, take a little rest. And then do the same thing on the other side. So see if you can slide your right hand towards your right foot on the floor. So it's just a direction, of course. So you just slide it a little bit in that direction and then you bring it back to the starting place. And when you feel ready, again, slide your right hand in the direction of your right foot and notice how the left side of your trunk begins to lengthen. Feel the skin there. So if you just stretch the skin a little bit more on that side. Excellent, good. And then bring everything back to the middle and take a little rest. Good. And then still with both knees bent, and then bring your left knee a bit closer to your chest. And maybe put both hands behind your knee. Yeah, so just let your hands be behind your knee, that's it. And then move your foot towards the ceiling, just as far as feels comfortable for you. So just move your foot up a little bit towards the ceiling. Maybe make little circles with your foot there. And just feel a nice gentle stretch on the back of your left buttock and your thigh, your whole left leg. Maybe change the direction of the circles of your foot. Lovely. And then just move your leg in a comfortable way. So maybe you want to cycle with that foot, cycle with that leg in space, or maybe you would just like to stretch it a little bit more. So just find a movement with your left leg that feels comfortable for you. And if it's more comfortable to have your foot on the floor again, then do that. And then just maybe move your knee from side to side. So just find a movement for your left hip joint, for your left leg. It that feels comfortable, but just try to gently stretch the muscles. Invite a little bit more movement. Lovely, good. Okay, and then let go of that and just move your left foot back on the floor. When you're ready, move your right knee a bit closer to your chest. And put your hands behind your right knee and then move your right foot in the direction of the ceiling. Maybe make little circles with your foot if that feels comfortable. Of course, stay within a range that feels truly comfortable for you. Don't do anything that hurts. Um, Maybe change the direction of the circles of your foot. Go the other way. Lovely. Good. Excellent. Okay, and then just find a movement of your right leg that feels comfortable. So maybe just, yeah, stretch it a bit more, or maybe do a cycling movement, or just any movement that feels comfortable for your right leg. Invite a nice gentle stretch for the muscles, nice movements for the joints. That is lovely. Excellent. Good. And then let go of that and move your right foot back to the floor. And maybe lengthen both legs one more time. So just lengthen your legs, let your arms rest, let your whole back rest, and let your neck and your head rest. Very good. Okay, and then become aware of your breathing. And next time when you breathe in, see if you can begin to lengthen just a tiny little bit. So every time when you breathe in, see if you can just grow a little bit longer or taller or stretch out just a little bit in any way you like. So it could be that you just stretch your fingers, or maybe you stretch your neck, or whatever you'd like to stretch. Lovely, excellent. So every time when you breathe in, you just stretch out a little bit more. Lovely, great, nice. Okay, and then just begin to move a little bit on the floor. Maybe imagine that you are a cat and you've just been asleep and you're waking up, and you just begin to, maybe roll to one side and move both legs in that direction, or anything you like. So just roll a bit on the floor, stretch a little bit more, or do any movement that you would like to do before you come and sit on a chair. Maybe even imagine you've got a tail and you can play with your tail as well. Lovely. Beautiful. Yeah, so when you're ready, just come and sit on a chair. Take your time. Excellent, good. So when you're sitting on your chair, just feel the contact you make with the chair. Feel the contact your sit bones make with the chair, but also the skin on your buttocks and your thighs. And feel how your feet make contact with the floor. So feel the skin on the soles of your feet and the bottom of your toes touching the floor. And then become aware of your spine. So feel your tailbone and the part of your spine in your lower back, in your upper back, your neck, the crown of your head reach up to the sky. Good. And then maybe just shake your arms out, shake your hands out. And then bring one hand to the front of your neck, so to your throat, and very gently just stroke down the front of your body to your abdomen. Then let the other hand take over. So just stroke gently on the front of your throat, your chest, your solar plexus, your abdomen. So you just stroke down with one hand and then with the other. So cats really like to be stroked under their chin. So maybe just have that image of being stroked. Nice. Okay, and then let one hand rest on your abdomen, and if it's comfortable, bring the other hand to your lower back. If that's too painful for your shoulder or your arm, of course, don't do it. You could have both hands on your abdomen, or one on your abdomen, one on your lower back. And then maybe close your eyes or lower your gaze and begin to focus on your breathing. First of all, just notice what happens. Don't try to change anything. Just observe what happens when you breathe in and out right now. And notice if you can feel anything happening under the hand that is on your abdomen. So just feel any movement in your abdomen when you breathe. And then also notice if there's any movement under the hand on your lower back. So notice if there's any movement in your lower back when you breathe. And try to get a sense for the distance between your right hand and your left hand. So how much space is there between your abdomen and your lower back, between both hands? Good. And then let your hands just rest on your thighs and maybe just begin to move your spine when you feel ready. Maybe gentle swaying movement to start with, or yeah, just move your spine in any direction you like. Find movements that feel nice for your spine today. If it feels really easy for you to move your spine, maybe you want to make the movements a little bit bigger, but it's perfectly fine to keep the movements small. lovely. Good. And then gradually make that movement smaller and smaller. So eventually let your spine come back to the middle again. Just have a nice long spine. And then roll your shoulders back a few times. So gently roll your shoulders back. Let your arms join in. Nice, lovely. And then maybe just make little circles with your wrists. And wriggle your fingers. Excellent. Good. Okay, nice. And then open your eyes when you're ready. And then place one hand next to your cheek. You choose which hand to start with, it doesn't really matter. And again, imagine that you are a cat and imagine you just stroking your face or rubbing your face against your hand. So you're just going to move your head and your face, you stroke against your hands. So your hand stays more or less in the same place, but you just move your head. So your face rubs against your hands. Lovely, nice. And notice how this movement feels in your neck. Maybe you also want to stroke your ear against your hand. Excellent, nice, lovely. Maybe one more time. Okay, and then let your hand just rest on your thigh. And maybe take a little moment to compare the right side of your face to the left side of your face. Notice if you can feel any differences between right and left. And then take your other hand and move your other hand next to your cheek and do the same thing. So again, rub your face against your hand. So keep your hand more or less in the same place, but you just move your neck and your head. So your face is rubbing against your hands. Like a cat, yeah, like a cat is just rubbing its head against something. Notice how this movement feels in your neck on this side. Maybe also rub your ear against your hands. Excellent, lovely. Good. And then let go of that and let your hand just rest. Oh, nice. Good. Okay, and then you just take one hand. Again, it doesn't matter which hand you start with, you shake it out. And shake it out like that. So you just let it flop up and down. That's it. And then see if you can wave with that hand. And let's then focus on the foot on that same side. Yeah, so see if you can just shake your foot out. So if it's possible, lift your foot off the floor and shake it out. If that's too difficult, just keep your heel on the floor and just move it from side to side like that. But yeah, see if you can shake your foot out. Maybe shake your foot out like that. Flop it up and down. And then see if you can wave with your foot. Excellent, nice, lovely. Let that rest. And then do the same on the other side. So just shake your hand out on the other side first. Maybe shake your hand like that. So shake it up and down. And then wave with your hand. Good. And then focus on the foot on that side. See if you can shake it out. Shake it up and down if possible. And then see if you can wave with your foot. Excellent, nice, lovely. Good, great. And then tap your heels on the floor a few times. And then stand up if you like, or stay seated if that's better for you. Oh, it's okay. So when you're standing, just have your feet more or less hip width apart and a bit of softness in your knees. Let your knees really be slightly bent and your hip joints slightly bent. Nice long spine. And then just begin to move your pelvis as if your pelvis wants to look in one direction. So you just turn your pelvis a bit to one side, bring it back to the middle, and then you turn it a bit to the other side. And yeah, so when your knees and your hip joints are bent, it's a lot easier to do this. And so really use your joints in your knees and your hips to turn your pelvis from side to side. That's it. Nice, lovely. Yeah, you may want to do it just slowly like this, or maybe you want to do it a bit more quickly. That's just up to you. But yeah, just move your pelvis as if it's looking from side to side. Excellent, nice, lovely. And then let go of that. And then see if you can begin to tilt your pelvis a little bit. So see if you can just move your tailbone back a little bit and then move it forwards. Really just tilt your pelvis one way and then the other way. Again, with bent knees and bent hip joints, this is a lot easier to do. If it's not comfortable for you, of course, don't do it. But if it feels okay, see if you can tilt your pelvis. Notice what happens in your back, your whole spine. Good, okay. Maybe shake your legs out. Good, and then see if you can, you probably can't see my knees like this, but see if you can just bend one knee and straighten the other. So I'm bending this knee and this knee is straight, and your pelvis will just go like that. And then you straighten both knees and you bend the other knee. Yeah, so just bend one knee at a time and allow your pelvis to follow that movement. So allow your pelvis to go sideways like that. And you may feel that one side of your trunk lengthens a bit on the side where your knee is bent. Yeah, so you just move your pelvis in that direction so you lengthen one part of your trunk and the other part shortens a bit. Good. Okay, and check out. Nice, good. Okay, and then just have a bit of softness in your knees again. So feet hip width apart, softness in your knees, softness in your hip joints. Nice long spine. Let your shoulders just hang down. Let your arms hang down. Let your hands hang down and your fingers. Maybe focus on your breathing here. Notice what happens when you breathe in and out now. And when you feel ready with your next inhalation, let your wrists just move up And then when you breathe out, move your hands out to the sides and back down. And it's up to you. So you could just do a small circle, something like this. It's absolutely fine. If you want to make the movements bigger, then maybe just lift your wrist a little bit higher. Listen to your shoulders. Just do what feels good for your shoulders today. And maybe you want to synchronize this with your breathing. So every time when you breathe in, lift your wrists up. When you breathe out, move your hands down. And when you lift your wrists up, see if you can let your hands and your fingers be soft, let your elbows be soft. So it's just your wrists going up, and that is why your arms are going up. Try to be as passive and passive as possible. Let the movement be effortless. Let's maybe do one more. Take your arms out. Lock your palms together. And then let your arms be straight in front of you. So just long arms is for in front of you. And again, a bit of softness in your knees, softness in your hip joints. And then begin to move one arm to the side and the other hand slides on the inside of your arm. Then you move both hands back to the front and you move the other arm to the side. That's it. Lovely. Yeah, so you could just continue to do this. If this is painful for your shoulders, just do it a bit lower down. You don't have to move your arms very high. Yeah, so just do what feels good for you. If you want to do a little bit more, you could maybe just turn your pelvis to the sides and let your arm move further back. But again, you don't have to. Just do what feels good for you today. And notice how this movement feels in your whole skin. Feel that skin on the inside of each arm. And also the skin around your trunk. Oh, lovely, excellent. Okay, and then finish the movement you're doing right now. Shake your arms out again. Shake your legs out. Shake your spine out. Good, and then rub your hands together again. And let your hands be in front of your abdomen. And very slowly move your hands a little bit further apart. And then move your hands a bit closer together again. Maybe you want to move your hands apart when you breathe in. And move your hands closer together when you breathe out. And notice how the skin on the palms of your hands feels when you do this. What can you feel happening there? And then begin to play around with, imagine it's a soft ball in front of your abdomen and just play around with it, turn it around. Let one hand be on top and then the other hand on top. Okay, good. And then move one hand down. So the palm of one hand goes down towards the earth. towards the center of the planet, and the other hand goes up towards the sky or towards the stars. And so you could just stay there. If you want to make the movement a bit stronger, you could straighten your elbows, stretch your spine a little bit more, but you don't have to. So just do what feels good for you. And really just become aware of the earth and the sky, and you are in the middle. Good. And then your top hand goes to the top of your neck, and the bottom hand goes to your tailbone. And then move your elbow from side to side. And just let your knees and your hip joints be slightly bent again. Allow your pelvis to turn from side to side. Feel that nice twisting movement in your spine. And feel the skin on your whole body now. Which parts of your skin are being stretched when you do this movement? Excellent. It's lovely. And come back to the middle. Nice. Shake your arms out again. Rub your palms together again. And a little bit of movement, so move your hands apart when you breathe in, a bit closer together when you breathe out. Really become aware of the palms of your hands and the space in between. Excellent, good. And then begin to play around with that ball in front of your abdomen. Excellent, good. And then move the upper palm towards the floor, the earth, towards the center of the planet even. And the first hand goes up to the sky or towards the distant stars. And so you could stay there, or if you want, you could straighten your elbows, lengthen your spine a bit more. Maybe just, feel that, the connection between the center of the earth and the sky through your body. Good. And then bring the top hand to the top of your neck and the bottom hand to your tailbone. Bend your knees and your hip joints a little and move your elbow from side to side. So allow your pelvis to turn. Feel that nice twisting movement in your spine. And feel which parts of your skin are stretching now. So come back to the middle. Shake your arms out again. Maybe one more time. Shake your legs out. Shake your spine out. Maybe bounce a little bit. So maybe you want to lift your heels just a tiny little bit and then bounce back, or just bounce a bit on your knees. So just, drop down on your heels. Lovely. Nice. Good. Okay. And let's then do the gathering movement. So just breathe in. When you breathe out, very gently, just push your hands down in front of your body. Maybe breathe in and out again. Take your time. Just let everything settle. Good. And while you do this movement, once more become aware of your whole skin. So feel the skin on your head, your face, your neck, your chest and your abdomen, but also your whole back, skin around your buttocks, your legs and your feet. And then also become aware of the skin around your shoulders, your armpits, your upper arms, your lower arms, your hands, your fingers. Oh, so just finish the movement you're doing right now. Excellent. Nice. Okay, and then just stroke down the whole front of your body. So stroke over your face, your neck, your chest, front of your legs, all the way to your feet. And then stroke on the back of your body as far as you can reach, so the back of your head, back of your neck. Then move your hands to your lower back, over your buttocks, over your back of your legs, down. And then stroke over the sides of your body, so sides of your head, over your ears, side of your neck, side of your trunk, side of your legs, to your feet. Good, and then just brush off any areas that you would like to brush off a bit more. So maybe areas where you feel a bit of tension, a bit of pain. Ah, nice, lovely. Thank you so much for being here today, and great. Thank you. It was a lovely session. Thank you.